Hey there, everybody. May 20th. As you can see, new background on the move right now. I like to travel and I like to stay safe, so I stay mobile pretty often. And quite a few things I want to talk to you guys about this morning. Let's start with Q. Not really much going on except a trip code change, and then when Q changed their trip code, they exposed a password. Looked like a mistake at first, but Q then says mistake or on purpose. And you could see the password that was exposed. It was this. It says, now comes the pain, --23. Q says, I'd watched the news that day. And then saying, they thought it was coming yesterday. They were wrong. Follow the pen. Now let's decipher this a little bit. They thought it was coming yesterday, this executive order, which is why most likely I would say this shooting took place. Of course, distract, change the news cycle, and avert that executive order coming out, and it looks like that they were faked. Complete deep state fake out. Q making a move and then making the deep state just pull a sloppy shooting, sloppy false flag. And let's talk about what's coming. Well, an executive order. What's the executive order about? I would think that it would be about what's going on with the FBI and the DOJ. You can see Q reference this tweet right here from Donald Trump. If the FBI or DOJ was infiltrating a campaign for the benefit of another, that's a really big deal. And lots of stifling has been occurred of actually getting the information out as to what's going on. So we could see Donald Trump just use his powers to sign something and force a lot of this information out. You can see him going off on Twitter this morning too, talking about the missing emails, even talking about the Podestas. Why hasn't the Podesta brother been charged? No collusion with Russia. Crazy. I mean, it's getting down to the wire with all this, and I think there's going to be some stuff released. This is why, like I said, we had that shooting to distract us, and we're getting more information coming out about it. The kid, he was a 17-year-old kid, used a sawed-off shotgun and a handgun, a revolver in their attack. And of course, we have a lot of politicians trying to claim gun control, go for that particular narrative. But even with stricter gun control laws, this kid was 17 and wouldn't have been able to legally obtain a gun anyway. He didn't legally have these, so that's kind of a null point. People are just making themselves kind of look like fools if they're continuously pushing that gun control narrative. And then so the social media pictures of this kid came out, and you can see the upside down star here, very satanic looking. A lot of odd things coming out about, you can see insignias, and when it comes to these shooters, they're usually on psychotropic medications. They're usually very broken individuals, and thus they make perfect patsies for specific operations if they're targeted through various mind control techniques, frequencies, and whatnot. So kind of the same. It's same, different day, same kind of situation. And then let's go through, of course, what they're distracting us from. We're talking about what's going on with the FBI. FBI spy op exposed, Trump campaign infiltrated by longtime CIA and MI6 asset. His name was, it's down here, he was a 73-year-old University of Cambridge professor named Stephen Halper. And here's his picture, this dodgy-looking guy. But he was the one, his name came out, that was enlisted by the FBI to befriend and spy on 3 members of the Trump campaign. Lots of stuff leaking out. Not only that, but we have the IG report. IG Horowitz finds FBI, DOJ, broke law, and Clinton probe refers prosecutor for criminals charges. Not only that, Pope's having a very bad May, signaling he's going to resign, try to probably dip out and avoid what's the hammer that's about to drop, what's coming down the pipe. And then, of course, Weiner's unsealed search warrant for his electronic devices, this coming back into the news. Everything happening at a very specific, very planned moment, and it's coming down to the serious wire that this all is going to break open. So no wonder they're trying to pull events like this. And I'm excited for what the rest of this month will bring. It's going to be a very fun couple weeks. And let's then talk about the conspiracy narrative push. So Washington Post very quickly came out with this article. It says, fake Facebook accounts and online lies multiply in hours after the Santa Fe school shooting. And they even referenced 4chan in this one. Conspiracy theories, hoaxes, and unsubstantiated news reports by, look at it, anonymous online posters have increasingly run rampant on message boards such as 4chan and other dark corners of the web. Of course, they throw in alt-right, yada yada, but they're just trying to blanket label, of course, conspiracy theorists, and at a mainstream level make people that follow stuff like Q, delegitimize them, ridicule them, discredit them. So we have Washington Post quickly coming out trying to cover ass, save face, call it what you will. Snopes, of course, and anytime Snopes runs a piece, just basically turn that 180 degrees and it's more likely the truth. They say conspiracy theories immediately appear after Santa Fe shooting. They're going straight for the QAnon throat. So they didn't just kind of subtly mention 4chan like Washington Post did. Washington Post is going for the mainstream mass level. Snopes they are typically used on a more deeper level, of course, to discredit, and they're even going for the QAnon, of course, referencing 4chan again, going for Q, going for, quote, even Laura Loomer, a self-deputized, quote, investigative journalist. Yeah, anybody questioning the narrative, anybody that's critically thinking, Snopes, you bullshit. So there was a concerted effort to blame the conspiracy theorists, and not only did we see that on the mainstream level, but check this out. Saw this in going around the alternative media. Certain, we'll call them people, journalists, actors, who knows, but there was a 4chan message that was edited to make it look like 4chan was egging on the Santa Fe shooter. This is what it really said to the left here. Taco Bell, wish me luck. And Anand says, good luck, man. Remember, burrito discipline and aim for the mouth, not the tie, bigger surface area. Somebody edited it. You can see who posted it and shared it around. Good luck, man. Remember, trigger discipline and aim for the body, not the head. Changing the burrito to trigger. And what a convenient psyop right there. Convenient misinformation push to discredit certain things. So you can see there's a concerted effort at multiple levels with multiple layers and multiple people doing all this stuff to confuse, man. And it's fun. It's fun to dissect. It's fun to see who's showing their true colors and who's not. And still sticking on the topic of conspiracy theorists, look at this. I mentioned this in my last video, but I saw it again on The Guardian. More mainstream media outlets kind of parroting the narratives, and they spread it out over a few days to really get a lot of eyes on it and imprint it into the collective consciousness or the subconscious of people. New documents suggest Las Vegas shooter was a conspiracy theorist. So they're not, of course, going for Parkland or going for Santa Fe, because those are too recent. They've got to use Las Vegas for this. It just makes more sense that way for their narrative. But let's start pinning these shooters as being conspiracy theorists. Alt-right, let's see if they even put 4chan in this. They didn't put 4chan in this one, but you'll see. They're trying to use those same talking points. And I would imagine that with this Santa Fe shooter, they may very well quickly try to pin him as being, a 4chan user. And I'm saying that on a mainstream level, not just in the alt media. So you got to see the ops and point them out early so you can talk about them, make people understand them, and they'll be looking to you because you're the one that actually is understanding what's going on. So don't be scared to share these ideas, folks, in your immediate circles, because they'll be questioning very soon if they aren't already. And if they aren't talking to you about it, they want to, deep down. They want to. They're just scared. And there was a royal wedding, apparently. Apparently. I didn't know until it happened. But I actually saw this article before I saw the royal wedding, and it says 7 of the weirdest and most fascinating royal conspiracy theories. So Business Insider was using that royal wedding as a convenient way to discredit, going through various conspiracy theories. Princess Diana, of course, royal wedding. Lots of, I'm sure, stuff we're not told, mysteriousness behind her death. What was she learning? What was she going to say? And why to who? Let's see. Some plot with the marriage. British monarchs are actually alien lizards. On one end, some of these I've never even heard before. They're just nuts conspiracy theories they probably make up just to conveniently discredit. But other ones are ones we should take seriously, like Diana, like the extraterrestrial issue, like, a lot of other ones, the royal bloodlines kind of thing. So they're just trying to muddy the waters, an article like this, and that's pretty much it. So that's what I want to talk about in this one, just kind of cutting through the narratives of the past few days and a couple quick cue points so you can see the ops, see the narratives. And that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. And then lastly, just want to plug a sponsor of this channel in naturalhempoil.com. They make an awesome CBD product, and they make a pain relief cream that I'll be showing you guys soon. So they make some good stuff. Go check them out. There'll be a link and a promo code down below that you can use. Have a good one, guys, and have a great rest of your day.